Do you wonder why that newbie in office has been getting much better ratings than you? Or why you're just liking all self-deprecating and depressing memes on Instagram? Or you feel that now the only hope to find a partner is the dark web? Or you think you're intelligent and others can do so much better? Then we need to talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand how you feel so you can better manage your emotions, which in turn helps you to communicate more effectively and most importantly learn how to empathize with others. I found it much easier to kind of understand this concept using Mayer and Salavi's 4-branch model. Number 1 is perceiving emotions. This basically means identifying the emotions of yourself as well as of others, being a little more sensitive to the tone of voice, body language and other cues. Next is facilitating thought through emotions. So this is where you learn to use your emotions so you can apply it to decision making, problem solving and other areas of your life. Third is understanding emotions. This means that you should be able to understand how the emotions might work together, the fact that they change with situation and they evolve over time. And lastly, learning how to manage your emotions, which basically means that how you can make your life less of a struggle and just a little more stress-free. So while you've been working on your 6-pack abs and 6-figure incomes, you'll be surprised how life can get so very overwhelming at times. Further, you might land up making some very irrational decisions, simply because emotions are controlling you instead of you controlling your emotions. So I thought I could help you with a few examples. In any discussion at home or your workplace or even what we see on the news channels, people should be able to express themselves freely and respectfully, while also trying to understand where the other person is coming from. But we often see that people are more interested in winning the argument rather than winning the situation, which means that we try to prove our point at any cost. We point fingers, we play the blame game, whatever it takes.
It makes no difference. Of course, did it work? Did it work? Did it work? You don't want to hear this.
This simply leads to creating resentment, which means that you're not really building long-term relationships or solving the problem at hand. Another example is people who tend to make a joke out of everything, right? They don't really care what the situation is or what kind of an audience they are catering to. They simply want to make a joke. Or the other kinds who don't find anything funny at all. No silly humor, no dark humor, no sarcastic humor. Really? Needless to say, emotional intelligence is very important for money management as well as to improve your health. If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot really control your money. There is literally the concept of behavioral finance, because people often take decisions not as a rational being but as emotional beings. And needless to say, it helps us to improve our mental health as well as physical health because we are more mindful rather than acting on our impulses. It is a simple concept to understand, but if we don't really emotionally check in with ourselves and learn to empathize with others, we'll find it very difficult to manage our emotions when we need it the most. Intelligence can help you to be successful, but sustainable growth definitely requires you to work on your emotional intelligence. It also tends to make your life a little stress-free, especially during testing times. And we begin to appreciate things more and learn to practice gratitude. This is quite an important concept which is not really particularly taught in schools or even by your HR. How do you think you can improve your emotional well-being and emotional intelligence? Well, to begin with, learn to empathize with others and get off that goddamn high horse of yours. I thought I'll share a few tips with you based on my personal experience. Firstly, I would suggest once in a while just relax, take a deep breath, clear the thoughts of your mind and be more mindful of how you're feeling at that point of time. Another thing you can do is to start journaling. This helps you to kind of gather your thoughts more effectively and also kind of identify certain patterns. Say every morning, first thing checking your news or just interacting with your boss in office has been completely emotionally draining you out, you'll be in a good position to identify such patterns and make the necessary changes. And also it helps you to kind of improve your emotional vocabulary. I also think it's a good idea to kind of keep a scale of emotions somewhere near your desk. This might make you realize more often how you're feeling so you can move to the good end of the spectrum and kind of be more happy and productive. Another thing which works is just visualizing your ideal day and how that will make you feel. This will ensure that you kind of of work every day towards making that day a reality. Also, it's a good idea to just talk to your friend, family members, or even a therapist, because they'll be able to identify certain blind spots which you might be missing out on. Another thing you can do to be more respectful and also learn a lot in return is just to listen to others with undivided attention. These exercises can ensure that slowly but surely you will kind of reframe your mind and focus it on things which are more important and make you feel good. At the end of it all, I just hope that you take care of yourselves and have a very fulfilling life.